Well, hello everyone. I'm assuming everyone is in the call right now. I can't quite see if anyone's joined. Oh, yeah, we've got participants online. So I just wanted to start the session by doing a quick little introduction. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Corey Logan. I'm the Executive Vice President for Harris ERP. I've been with Harris ERP for about a year and a half, but I've been with Harris for a little over 5 years. So for those of you that are our customers, you know that we're always striving to develop efficiencies within our software. We're also always on the hunt for partners that can augment our solution to add value to our customers. We came across Learnsoft last year, and once we learned a little bit about the solution, we realized that Learnsoft can benefit pretty much all of our customers, regardless of the platform that they're on, whether it be City Suite, Gems, or Select, which was very, very appealing to us. We also realized that it addresses a specific concern that a lot of our customers have been asking us about for several years now. The challenge with something like what Learnsoft delivers is that it requires a great deal of domain knowledge, which we just don't possess in our organization. So partnering with a solution that's a best of breed provider makes a lot more sense for us, which is why we've gotten into partnership with Learnsoft. So I'm very happy to introduce Learnsoft today. And I'm very happy for Courtney to run you guys through the solution. On that note, I'm going to stop talking and turn off my camera and pass it over to you, Courtney.
Thanks so much, Corey. And thank you to all of you who are spending part of your day with us today. I think my screen is already sharing, so you should be seeing the intro slide. I am going to just go ahead and jump right in. I promise we will not take too much time of your day today. We really just want to provide you some background and give you a taste of what our platform provides and who we are as an organization. I attend a lot of webinars I have in my life, and I always like to start by giving you a sense of who is talking to you and why that person should be in front of you. So I am Courtney Bentley. I am actually the Director of Customer Success here at Learnsoft. I have over 20 years of experience in the L&D and learning management system space. So I am not a salesperson. I am someone who comes out of using the product and supporting clients in their use of the product. So today, I'm just going to give you a taste of who we are, talk just about a few of the challenges that we see our clients experience, and then just give you a very brief demo of the platform. And if you have questions, I think they have the Q&A space available to you. So go ahead and pop those questions in. I'll be happy to save a few minutes at the end to cover those. And we always welcome one-on-one conversations after the fact to really get into the depth of what it is you need and how we can support you in that. So who is Learnsoft? We are a leader in HR technologies. We have been awarded different recognition for our intuitive design and user-friendly experience. Our mission really is to enable a productive, prepared, and compliant, happy workforce. Our vision really is that every organization can invest in their people and deliver the best service to their customers. And we know that customers are a range of users that our organizations are reaching. So we love to sit in this space and become an extension of your team. The Learnsoft platform is a configurable learning management platform. It is cloud-based. That means that out of the box, we can get you up and running quickly. We really strive to tighten that time between beginning a conversation with us and getting started and having your users in and developing that job competency. We really want to prepare for the future of learning and development, and my team's always surprised at what I pull out when we have these conversations. But today, I think I may end with some exciting things that we are developing that'll be available late this year, early next year. So some things around succession planning and modeling and making sure that really what we're doing is looking at the future with our organizations. Another thing that we'll take a look at today is reporting. This means that you have access to all of your data. We really want to make sure that our organizations have access to build and view reports in ways that are meaningful to them. Because that's the whole reason you're using a platform, is to make sure that you have that data and can leverage that as you need it. So what do we provide? I mentioned we're a configurable platform. As Corey mentioned, we integrate efficiently with your HR system. So what that means for you is that you're going to be able to feed over your users and their data, and we're going to be able to leverage that in making assignments into courses, understanding who users are, what they need, and how you can prepare them to move on in their roles. We really are about tracking and driving compliance. That is kind of the heart of what we do. And then obviously our organizations are building on that. So going beyond compliance into training that helps move users forward. Dynamic configurable real-time reporting. This is huge for our organizations, and I'm going to dip in and show you some of that. We're really excited to provide that to our users. Seamless user experience. So hopefully you will see how easy it is for end users to get in and get started. And then also support. So that's why I'm here. My team supports our clients. We are meeting with them frequently. I know those of you who are here on the call work with your team at Harris, and they are very high touch, and that's one of the reasons why we work so well together, is because our organizations really want to provide that support, that high touch type of experience for our organizations. So again, we have experience. We've been trusted providers for lots of organizations. Looking at the list of those of you who've joined us today, you are in a range of spaces that match really well to organizations that we already support in our teams. So let's talk about some of the challenges, and then we'll take a look at how we work to solve those. So we really find, and we're going to focus today on 3 challenges and how we work to solve those. One is manual process, disconnection, and lack of tracking. I see those as the top 3 that most of our organizations come to us needing to solve for. So manual process. I wish we were a bit more interactive today and could sort of poll you and get your feedback on this. I don't know if you're challenged by this, but most of my organizations are. They come to us. They are manually tracking things, sometimes on paper, sometimes in lots of Excel spreadsheets. They are reviewing dates and trying to make sure that people are renewing on the right cycles. They are manually adding new employees to training that they need. Sometimes things get missed. Sometimes people don't know what role someone is in, and so they may not give them the right training, or they may miss pieces that would benefit them. And in-person training is challenging to track for them. So the manual pieces are one of the things that we really love to solve for, making sure that we provide a platform where those things can be more automated. We'll talk about how we do that. Disconnection. This is another huge one. So organizations come to us and they don't have that tight integration with their HR system. And so it could be days, weeks, even longer before new users are funneled into their learning management system. They also have this disconnection between content they've authored that's localized for their organization versus content that they're licensing from other places, whether those are professional organizations, content off of things like Open Sesame or LinkedIn Learning. Those are all in kind of disparate systems. And so being able to bring those together and kind of get rid of that disconnection. And then, as I mentioned, paper rosters. So running instructor-led training, people having sign-in sheets that they bring back to their office and get buried, and having to kind of figure that out over time. And then just lack of training. We're finding that people are hungry to know more, and to be able to self-serve into a lot of that training, that they want to that they want to be able to move themselves in their career. So providing that central source of truth, eliminating things like compliance risks, and really, dealing with those difficult challenges. So how are we solving for those? How are we streamlining the experience for our organizations? The first one is automation. Again, seamless tracking, delivering that training, eliminating a lot of that manual process, making sure that at any moment you're able to go in, pull the reports you need, understand who your users are and what training they are taking. And then integration. So a constant flow of information, gives you better visibility, allows you to transfer information between systems. The integration is a piece that we really strive to make sure that you have the information you need right at your fingertips. And then clear pathways. So for me, this is where I like to sit in the application and in supporting our clients, is really meeting those learners where they are. What is it they need? Role-based training, self-directed learning, just making sure that you're building competence and confidence in your organization. So let me move on into the platform, because I think that that is obviously the best way to see and to begin to think about how we might be able to better support you. So I'm going to log into a demo site of our platform. So again, you may see some things and be like, "What is that?" I'm sure that you've seen demo sites before. And the data sometimes doesn't make as much sense as it would in your organization site. But let me go ahead and log in as a new user. Couple things before we jump in. We talked about integration, just high level. We do integrate with your single sign-on as well. So not only are we feeding data from your HR system, but we are also integrating with single sign-on. As you can see here, though, we also help our organizations support their extended enterprise. So a lot of our organizations have vendors. They may be supporting local constituents. You may have just other guest users that need to be able to get in to accomplish training. And so you can see from here that we have the capabilities for people to self-create accounts, and also, that password reset mechanisms that you would expect in a platform. So I'm logging as Holly Harris into our demo site. And I'm just going to talk you through some of these pieces. So the first thing that you see as we logged in is a global announcement. So most of our organizations are funneling people here. And so being able to provide them with, in this case, maybe it's a training that is a high level, maybe it is just a welcome message from your higher ups. This can be notifications about new training that you've made available. So the ability to go in and create content that displays immediately when that user logs in, that they can look at and work through as well. I've landed on my dashboard as Holly, and so I'm going to talk you through what Holly's looking at here. So we mentioned that we're feeding over the HR data. And so if I go in and take a look at my profile, I can see that a lot of this personal information has been fed over from the platform. I've never logged in, so this is my first time. So this will populate next time I come back in here. We will work with you to bring over the right data that you need. The reason we do this is because you want to be able to push out content based on who that user is, if they're a new hire, if they've been here forever, where they sit in the organization. So what department, what division, maybe even what locations. And then their job role, job function, job position, job code, all of those details are going to be able to be leveraged in the platform so that you can automate that distribution of training. A new hire may need really specific training about certain things that your seasoned employees aren't going to need. And so being able to do things like send that training out is going to take a whole set of tasks off of you when we talk about automation. So on my dashboard, I see a scorecard across the top. Scorecard is going to populate based on what I've done in the platform or what my expected things to do are in the platform. I can see visually based in time if I have training that's overdue or in progress, things maybe I haven't started. And then at the bottom, I'll see the list of training that I have been assigned. Users can be assigned training in really three ways. One is through assignments, and those are mandatory trainings. Those are things that from a top down, you're going to push out based on, again, who that user is, maybe where they are in the organization, their job functions, responsibilities. Those are mandatory trainings. We also have the opportunity for managers to go in and assign training. So again, trying to distribute some of that top down and be able to get your managers involved. Maybe they're cultivating a user to take on another role. They can go in and help to add training to that user's list. They may need to go in and work with someone on a part of their job role that they're not doing so well in. So really giving managers that ability to assign training as well. And the third way is users going in and locating content they want to take. So providing a catalog of your training right in the platform. And as I mentioned on the introductory slides, being able to support not only online training through SCORM content and AICC and things that are more self-paced, but we provide the mechanisms to really help users with instructor-led training as well. So classroom-based training, whether that's virtual like we are today or in a physical space. All of that training can be added into their content library. That also includes that third-party content. So if you're integrating with LinkedIn Learning or Open Sesame content or other professional organizations you might have. So as an end user, I can come in and let's say, I got into my new job today and everyone is working in Excel, and I'm a little shaky. I'm a little rusty on that. Maybe I want to come in and take some training on that. So through the catalog, I can locate courses that you've made available to me, and I can enroll in that training. And enrolling in that training would then drop that course into my course list so that it will help me track and stay on target to be able to finish those self-enrolled trainings. So let's talk just a little bit about the course experience and how that works in the platform. This is a demo course, an orientation type of course, really to show you some of the features and how this is organized. So this course has lots of content, lots of pieces to it. Your courses may not. Your courses may simply be a SCORM package that you have incorporated. When I'm looking at the course, a couple of things that I hope you're seeing. One is that we've provided a guided experience for users. So step 1, pre-test. Step 2, launch the course. 3, take a post-test. 4, complete an evaluation and tell me how we did. How was the training? Is it useful? Are you able to incorporate the concepts directly? Or do you need kind of a next step? And then a checklist. So one of the features that our platform provides for is a competency checklist. So being able to identify what someone should be able to do at the end of the course, and then evaluating them against that. So in these steps, my learner here can complete that test and then move on to launch the course. They launch that course material, work through it, and then keep moving through those pieces of that course. You can incorporate attachments. You can incorporate all different types of materials into your courses as you need to. And like I mentioned, not every course will have all of these steps. Some of your courses may simply be launching this course and completing that material in a self-paced modality. So let's go ahead and move into Sandy's start. I'm going to log in as one of my LMS admins because I think you have a sense of what that user experience looks like. It's really clean. It's really easy for them. Everything is really generated on their front page. They also can get to things like their transcripts. As we established, Holly's brand new, so she only has one course, and that course isn't complete yet. So her transcript is pretty light. You'll see if we log in as our LMS administrator who's been here a while, she has quite a bit in her transcript. So let's go on in and take a look at the administrator perspective. So the first thing I hope you notice is that it looks very much like your end user perspective. Now, again, Sandy has lots of stuff in here. She's been here a long time. She needs to get to it on some of these trainings that need to be complete. But again, you can begin to see how that scorecard is populated. All of the scorecard actually drives things like filtering at the bottom. So it allows me to quickly find the pieces that I need. So if I have things that are overdue or in progress, things that I need to get started on, being able to filter those courses and get right into them as I need to. So again, just making it really easy for the end user to navigate and find that training. I really want to spend some time on reporting because I find that that is one of the really big pain points for a lot of our organizations and their current systems. So I'm going to show you a couple of reports just to give you a flavor of some of the interaction that we can provide there. So I think first I'm going to go into this filtered demo. This is the list of reports available. You have the ability to create new reports. We do that for our clients. And we also can, if you are interested, give you the access to be able to go in and create ad hoc reports as well. But one of the things we love about the reporting platform that we have in the system is that it really is easy for you to use filters once we have some standard reports built. So you really can go in and customize the view as you need it. So what you're looking at right now gives you kind of a sense of the level of detail that we provide in the platform. So this is enrollment status into courses. This is just a subset of courses that I've selected for this particular report that I'm looking at. You can see at the bottom, we have a crosstab. So I can see those courses and I can see the different status types that we have for our courses and how many users are in those status enrollment statuses. So again, high level of detail in the platform. It is tracking all of this behind the scenes. Most of the time, you're going to look at complete and incomplete, but it does have that level of detail that you may need for reporting out, and for also taking a look at how your users are doing and what's going on in your platform. So I mentioned the ability to do things like filtering right on the fly. So when I look at this one, I obviously have this huge set of waitlisted users in this course. So a couple of things that I could derive, maybe this is a really popular course. Maybe we need to make available more sessions for it if there's that many people interested. One of the other things I can do here is I can exclude this big chunk from my view so that then I can look in more detail at these other statuses. So again, giving you the capability to be able to go in and quickly filter and look at other pieces in different ways. You also have the ability, depending on how the report is configured, to go in and grab other courses, for example. So maybe I want to take a look at this Q1 skills session against the rest of these courses. So again, I can go in and modify what it is I'm pulling into a particular report. And then I have the ability to export these reports. And one of the things that I don't have up to show you here, but the ability to schedule those reports to go out. So making sure that you can send these reports out to users on whatever frequency it is that you need, eliminating that step of sort of sending your C-level users in to take a look at a report potentially, but making that available outside of the platform as you need. Let's take a look at another one, just again, give you kind of a sense of this and what we do around reporting. So remember that I'm in as an administrator in the platform. So I am looking at a 30, 60, 90-day completion report, and I am seeing this for all of the divisions in the application. But you could imagine that if you are over one of these specific divisions, when you look at this report, it's only going to show you the details for your division. So giving that capability for you to create a holistic view for people toward the top level to take a look, but then targeting that data down to your managers and to others in the organization who need to see kind of on that more micro level versus the macro. And I'll just show you one more. Again, I just like to make sure that you have a sense of kind of what you have the capability to do in the platform. So again, just another report. This is an example. A lot of our organizations, as I mentioned, are doing compliance, but then they're also doing skills upskilling, and also things like coaching for supervisors. So this is an example of a set of courses that users have pushed out on an annual basis. So I can really begin to take a look at what that enrollment progress looks like for those sessions. So again, reporting, huge for our organizations. I know we're cutting close on time. I always end up doing this. I feel like there's so much I want to share with you. So I hope we'll have the opportunity to talk after this as well. But let me hit two other pieces quickly. One is this user data. So again, I mentioned pulling that over from the HR system, having visibility into it here in the platform, understanding where they sit in the organization, so their division information, and also that job description, job code, job position information. So really using that as the intersection to be able to display the right sets of courses for them. All right, two other things. So if I go back to my dashboard, I mentioned it when we were talking about what we provide. One of the things that obviously I personally pride myself on is our support. So we provide a knowledge base to our clients. We provide a support portal where all of my team is available for answering questions, and really just providing, again, that high touch type of proposition for our organizations that we support. I told you I would do a sneak peek of something that I'm really excited about. This will be ready in our platform beginning late this year, early next year. But ultimately, what we want to do is not necessarily just provide training for where people are currently, but we really want to strive to help organizations with their succession planning and for helping individual users understand what their trajectory looks like. So one of the things that we're working on with some of our clients right now is a succession planning module. So giving them the ability to go in and see how closely they match to those jobs that they aspire to, and how they meet the requirements and what may be needed to move them into that next step. And then for organizations to be able to look at a job position for someone who is looking to move, who's going to backfill them? How close are we to having candidates who are going to match those job positions that we're going to have open? So again, one of the things we're doing is not just pushing out training content and focusing on the things that users need right now to be compliant, but really thinking about the future for our organizations. So I know we're up on time. I am going to take us back into the slides, and I think I've seen the Q&A kind of popping up as I've been talking. So let's go to the Q&A and just take a look at if you had some questions that have come in while we've been talking. Does your system promote the management of live instructor-led training? Yes. I didn't hit on it as hard today as we do sometimes, but that is actually where our platform started. We started with the management of instructor-led training. So all of the pieces in terms of waitlisting and seeing future sessions and moving themselves into the right session, it sends calendar invitations to them and notifications as it is coming up to be time for that session. So having that full suite of management for instructor-led training is really helpful to our organizations. Great question. Can you set assignments based on expiring certifications? Yes. So the platform keeps track of when users have completed, and you can have it reassign training based on whatever frequency is required. So that could be a certain number of days. It could be a certain number of months. I'm sorry, I hope that wasn't a loud crash. Months, years. So all of that expiration can be handled in the platform. And I think we have time. I know people are starting to jump off, so thank you so much for joining us. One last question, can you integrate with external business intelligence systems? Yes. So not only are we integrating your HR data in, but we also are quite commonly exporting that data out. So completion records going back out, all of that historical information that we're capturing in the platform, being able to push that out so that you can report externally against it as well. So great question. All right. Thank you again so much. If you have questions, if you want to reach out to us, go to learnsoft.com. I know that Corey plans to follow up with many of you as well. So if you have comments, questions, feedback for today's session, we'd love to hear from you. So Corey, thanks for helping host this today. We really appreciate it.
And thank you. And thanks everyone for joining us. And I'll be following up soon. Thank you.
Take care.